I am Dr. Torera Loper, and I want to welcome you to On Your Voice, Disrupt the Inner Critic, Transform Your World podcast. Delighted that you are listening to this podcast today. It is October the 1st. 2025. And we literally have 3 more months before we conclude 2025 and begin to plan for 2026. As I was reflecting on just the amount of time that we have left in the year, one of the things that was beginning to surface for me was just this idea of clarity being an advantage. So today I won't do what I normally do for the podcast, where we talk about your values for your voice, how you need to be informed, how you need to be courageous, and how you need to execute. This one is a standalone because I wanted to share from our heart what has been percolating when it comes to clarity and using it as an advantage. We know that if we are not clear on certain things, we are stuck. We begin to feel as though we don't matter because we're in this place of stuckness. But once we are clear on things, we have this momentum, we have this wind that is behind us, that is pushing us forward towards our goals. So today, if you can indulge me for the next few minutes, as we think about ending this year strong, how we can use clarity as an advantage. For those of you who already know what it is that you want to do for the remainder of the year, I want to hopefully use clarity as an advantage to continue to strengthen you to work towards your goals. For those of you who are still in this place of just feeling stuck, my hope is that what I'm going to share will ignite something in you that will allow you to begin maybe to be intentional about how you want to finish the year strong, maybe to get clearer goals, but understanding though that sometimes getting clarity is a process. No one wakes up in the morning and say, "Oh, I know what I'm going to do for the next 10 years." That comes with process. And so we have to give ourselves the permission to process life as it comes to us while we are seeking clarity. Having said that, I want to use the word clarity as an acronym to help us understand what this will look like. One of the reasons I love using acronyms for the word that I'm trying to explain is because it's a way for us to remember. So when you're thinking about clarity with what I'm going to share, it can be something that can be a constant reminder for you to continue to strengthen your clarity journey and using clarity as an advantage. So food for thought for us today. How is clarity an advantage? Because number one, clarity serves as a compass. When you think about you maybe going on a hike, or maybe if you're lost, most experienced hikers are going to have a compass with them because in the event that they get lost, they know where their true north is. That compass is going to guide them to where it is that they need to get to. And so is the case with clarity. Clarity serves as a compass. You know exactly what it is that you're meant to do. And if maybe for some reason you get slightly off kilter, maybe you get off the wrong path, you can be rest assured that because you're clear on what it is that you want to do, you realign to your true north. You say, "Hey, I know what my vision is. I know what my goals are. I am clear on this one thing. And I'm going to embrace this clarity that I have because it is a compass that is leading me to where it is that I need to get to." The second thing I want you to think about clarity is that it's a leveler. I have a small little leveler right here. And one of the things I love about levelers, especially when it comes to hanging pictures, is it is a good sign for you to know if your picture is hanging straight. There's a little circle on this leveler that has to be in the middle for you to know that what you are hanging is correctly aligned and it is straight. When we are clear on something, when we have clarity, it serves as a leveler. If you go to a restaurant or go to any establishment and you look at a picture and you're like, man, that picture is bent. Can they just not straighten it just a little bit? You might be thinking, don't they see that that picture is not leveled, right? When you are clear on something, you are leveled. You know that this is where I need to be. And again, if you begin to maybe tilt a little bit off than what you are meant to be, the clarity that you have is going to bring you back to that place of leveling. You know that this is how I hang. This is how I am supposed to be framed on this particular wall, figuratively speaking, right? So it's this understanding that when I am clear on something, I have level wisdom for me to help me navigate this journey. The A for clarity is that clarity always aligns with your purpose. If you know what you are called to do, that clarity in itself is helping you work out your purpose. One of the favorite stories I love is from Nehemiah chapter 6, verses 3. I'm a person of faith, so my worldview is shaped from that perspective. It's a story of Nehemiah who went back to his hometown to help rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. And as he was rebuilding these walls, there were people who were not happy with his clarity. They were not happy with the direction that he was taking because they realized that once he fortified the walls, that this particular nation, the nation of Israel, would be able to defend itself. But for as long as those walls were broken, enemies would definitely penetrate. And so we see a scenario in Nehemiah chapter 6, verses 3, where he is hard at work because, again, he knows his clarity. His compass is right there to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, right? He's a leveler. He understands that this is what I need to do. And things are not really where they need to be, but I'm coming in as a leveler to bring up these walls for the intended vision that God has for this particular nation. But then we see these two men, Sennacherib, who is coming to him and telling him, hey, you need to come off that wall. We need to have this conversation, because they were serving as distractors for him. They were not happy with what he was doing. And what Nehemiah says to these two men who were trying to distract him from what he is doing is this: I am doing a great work and I cannot come down, right? In essence, he's saying no amount of distraction is going to remove me from my clarity, because my clarity is aligned with the purpose that I am meant to fulfill, and it is rebuilding the broken walls of Jerusalem. So whatever it is for you, when those distractions are coming in, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are aligned with your intended purpose. So if your friends are trying to tell you to do something that is not aligned with what it is that you're trying to do, you can safely say, hey, I'm doing a great work. I can't be distracted because, again, my purpose is aligned with what it is that I am doing. The fourth thing that I want us to think about when it comes to clarity is that it reveals the way that we need to go. If we can still use the same example of Nehemiah, the story of Nehemiah, we know that everything that he was doing was because the clarity that he had was indicating the path that he needed to take. His assignment was very simple: go back to Jerusalem, rebuild the broken walls. It revealed the way, it revealed his purpose, it revealed what it is that he was supposed to do. So for you, if you are clear on something, if clarity is going to serve us as an advantage, then we need to understand that it is going to make the way we are going very clear. It reveals what it is that we need to get done. If we're not clear on something, we get stuck. We can't move because we don't know if I should turn right, if I should turn left, if I should go straight. But when you're clear on something, when you're clear on your vision, you know, once I get in this car, I am driving straight, I am driving north, I'm driving south, I'm driving east, I'm driving west. There is no miscommunication because clarity has revealed where it is that I need to go. I remember when I began my coaching journey, it was an accidental career, because I had no clue about coaching when I was doing my master's. And it so happened that I was, filling out my approved degree plan. And I thought, hey, these electives, I'm going to take them because I need 9 credit hours to complete my degree. But little did I know that that was a game changer. And so I got involved in coaching, and I loved what coaching did for me, how it transformed me. And from that point on, I had clarity on what it is that I wanted to do with my life. I had clarity on the way that I was going to go, right? I had clarity because, again, it was a compass. This is what I'll be doing. I had clarity because I knew that this was where I was leveled, that coaching was going to be the space I was going to flourish in. Everything I do is aligned with my purpose in coaching. And so here we are. As I'm walking this journey, I know that this is the path I need to take because clarity reveals the path I need to take. But clarity also ignites the passions that we have. It ignites the dreams that we have. It ignites the goals that we have. I have so much passion for coaching. I have so much passion for teaching. You know why? Because I'm clear on what it is that I need to do. When you are clear on what it is that you need to do, especially as it relates to the vision that you believe God has given you have no choice but to be passionate, full of, just this love for life to do what it is that you were called to do. So as we are concluding 2025 and as we have 3 months left, my charge for us is, do we have that passion for the things that we need to get done because we're clear on it? I know sometimes life happens and we can get discouraged. We can give up on things that we are so clear about because just life is crazy. But I hope that this serves as a way to ignite that passion that you have to continue pursuing this journey that you're on, where you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that is what you're meant to do. That yes, you've been discouraged. Yes, it's felt rough. Yes, it's felt like, what is it even worth it? But if you know that that's the clarity that you had when you started, and that's what you are meant to do, use that clarity as an igniter for you to pursue the things that you want to pursue. And then I want us to also think of clarity as a target. This kind of ties into it aligning with purpose. When you are clear on something, it's a target. You know that this is where I'm going to go. This is what I'm meant to do. This is who I am. And if I'm targeted in what it is that I am doing, no amount of distraction is going to take me off my path. No amount of disappointment is going to take me off my path. If I need to crawl, I will crawl before I walk, before I run. But this one thing I do know, that this is what I need to do. And then lastly, clarity yields results, always yields. If you are clear on something and you do it diligently, you are disciplined to do it, sooner or later, you are going to see the fruit of your labor because clarity always yields results. If I can use my story for the coaching space, even as I was beginning to get acquainted with coaching, being coached, and then being a certified coach, I have worked with so many clients who come back to me and say, I am so grateful I teamed up with you as my coach because before I met you, my life was like this. But after working with you, my life is in a much better place. To me, that is indicative of clarity yielding results because I know the space I'm in. I know the lane I'm in. This is what I am meant to do. This is what I was born to do. So for you, whatever it is, if it's marketing, if it's being a lawyer, if it's being a stay-at-home parent, whatever it is that you need to do, when you have clarity, it serves as an advantage. So here is what I'm challenging us to do in the remaining 3 months of 2025. Use clarity as your advantage because it allows you to be purposeful. It allows you to work in your power. It allows you to go after the results that you're seeking. And if God is on your side and you're clear on what it is that He wants you to do, no amount of roadblocks, no amount of detours are going to take you away from what it is that you're meant to do. But what you need to know is that when you are clear on something, your clarity is going to serve as a compass. Your clarity is going to be a leveler for things that look off, and you're able to level things out. Your clarity is always going to align with your purpose. Your clarity is going to reveal the way in which you should go. Clarity is going to ignite that passion that you have for the things that you're meant to do. Clarity is going to be a target for you because you know that is my path, that is my lane, and ultimately clarity is going to yield the results that you're looking for. So in 2025, October the 1st, or whenever you listen to this, don't let the first maybe 9 months of the year and maybe you did not fulfill your resolutions discourage you. But you can always finish strong. It's not how you start, it is how you finish. So let's make a commitment to each other today to say, I am going to use my clarity as an advantage to finish the year strong. And if I'm not clear on some certain things, on what it is I need to do, I'll give myself the permission to be gracious to myself, to allow the process to work out for me to get the clarity that I need. And maybe you might be clear in one small area. Use that area of clarity as an advantage for you. You know, sometimes we want to wait for this big clarity, but sometimes it's the little small windows of clarity that catapult us to the big windows of clarity. But at the end of the day, my encouragement to you and a reminder for myself is that we can use clarity as an advantage. If this has been beneficial to you, feel free to email me at coachtl@outlook.com. I'd love to get your thoughts on it and let's grow together. Thank you for the privilege of your time. I'm rooting for you to finish 2025 strong. From me to you until next time. Thank you.